Welcome back to Move-A-Day, where Move today is the Seven Cities of Gold. 1986 Macintosh port, originally published 1984. Okay, so this one is a tricky one because I actually had some trouble even getting into the game. Let's see if we can show here. So the main campaign is that play historical map, and when you do that, you'll get this screen. I was a little confused because there's only one disc in the dump of this game, so I didn't know what it meant by insert your map disc. It's not clear what you're supposed to do here because there's only one disc included with the game. I'm not sure exactly what the process was here, but yeah, I'm not sure if there was a two-disc Macintosh version of this game because it does say that you could play this on the 512K, so maybe there was a two-disc version of that. But for the Mac Plus, you've got an 800K disc that has two sides on the disc and two heads to read them at the same time. So all of the game is on one disc for this Mac port, so I'm not sure why, but it ejects the disc at this point, and then you can reinsert the game disc to play a historical map, because the historical maps are on the same game disc, but it's not clear how to do that in MAME sometimes. On my modern Mac, you can press forward delete, or if you don't have a forward delete key, which is the delete key that's on the little island of keys above the arrow keys. If you have an external keyboard like a desktop Mac or a hardware external keyboard hooked up to your Mac that happens to have it, I'm talking about the little like insert, home, page up, page down, and delete. The delete on that little island of keys is called a forward delete on Mac. If you don't have one of those, you can press Fin and then the delete key that's above the return and slash keys. To enable MAME's built-in OSD controls, or UI controls rather. You can toggle that on and off by pressing delete. So I'm hitting the delete key. You can also hit F and delete. I think there's a different key for Windows. You might have to look it up. But once you've got those controls enabled, you can hit Tab to bring up the main menu. You're going to go down to File Manager. And you're just going to reinsert the move image back into the floppy disk 1. And you can hit Tab to get back out of this. And now you can get to 7 Cities Gold. I think you can also, so the second two options on that main menu are random map, which I couldn't figure out how to get working. It has a similar thing, but maybe I'll have to experiment with that later again. I wasn't able to get that working, where it will generate an entire world, kind of dwarf fortress style for you. And then also you can also create your own world, which I think you can insert a blank disk image at this point using that same interface. Because I was trying to do that, and because I would try to put a second blank floppy in floppy drive 2, and it still wouldn't work. So I eventually figured this out. The manual for the Apple II version says you, I think, flip the disk here. So I was like, well, maybe I need to go in and like do something with the disks here. But in any case, all you have to do is reinsert the game disc to play the historical campaign. So let's play in a game. So there's a demo mode, which you can use to try to kind of figure out what's going on. I had some real trouble playing this game too at the start because the demo mode runs so fast that you can't really tell what it's doing. So let's do novice here, and I can show off kind of how to play this game a little bit because it's a little bit confusing. There's no manual for the Macintosh version that I could find. There's a manual for I think the Apple II version, but it doesn't really go into actually how. It's kind of like one of those manuals that assumes you're actually doing this. That you're like actually an explorer, treats it that way, instead of telling you, you need to disembark this way, otherwise you're not going to be able to play the game. Okay, so we start out with 2,000 gold, and we need to find a new world and return with gold and glory. Okay, ahead lies the unknown. It is your chance to find fame and fortune. Your expedition includes 4 ships, 100 men, 52 weeks of food, 300 trade goods. Okay, so we start out here in front of the palace. This is just mouse controls. So I move left to go left. Stop by the pub. Gotta go up. Okay, so we can save if we want to at the pub. We can check our stats at home here. Check our progress. Okay, haven't done anything. Okay, sun is rising on a day full of promise for the future. History waits to be made. Its shape is in your grasp. Okay. Let's see. And then I think here we can buy stuff. We can outfit our expedition. Oh no. Okay. At least check it out here. Okay. So this menu is where you kind of like stock your ships or also do your expeditions as well. Let's grab, I don't know. Let's grab some more food, maybe. And now we're 100% full. Okay. Let's leave. And let's go ahead and get on our ship. So we walk over to it and go up, and we automatically start walking onto our ship. This is kind of, you know, an early strategy exploration game. Let's see. Ready to begin your journey. You are west of the Canary Islands. Further west is the unknown, where you hope to find the new world. Okay. So now we're in the kind of the sailing view, where you can also do mouse control, so I can move mouse to move my ship around. And also you can hit space to enable autopilot, which is handy here. So let's hit space to enable autopilot. You hit space to toggle it off. You click to bring up the options here. View map, drop stuff off, or resume movement. So you can view map, and it'll give you your latitude here too. So we're 20 degrees north now. So let's get back to sailing and try to discover some new land. And once we get to some new land, we'll find the other tricky part that I had some trouble with figuring out how to play this game. Getting off your ship. A little bit tricky. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting game. It was originally for the Atari 8-bit systems, developed by Danielle Bunton-Berry. Yeah, and then ported elsewhere. They said that the Atari 8-bit versions are considered the definitive versions, and then the various ports aren't completely regarded as full. So we see some land there. Let's see if we can find somewhere that looks promising. Oh, there's a village there. So I think. Oh, so here's what I ran into. Sir, we must drop our ship off. I thought maybe that I needed to go into that menu. Okay, drop stuff off. And drop my ship off, because it says, hey, sir, we need to drop our ship off. That would make you think that you need to drop your ships off. What you need to do actually instead is drop your men off. Food and goods afterwards. So you need to drop men off first, then food and goods, I think. Because if you drop off your ships, what happens is that your fleet like splits apart. Dropping off ships, I think, just like splits apart your fleet. I could be wrong on that, but to actually make a land expedition, you need to not drop off ships and only drop off men. So let's go over to the left here and start sending some men. I don't exactly know how this food stuff works either, because you can see the food is going down there, and then also when we try to get some food on our expedition, it takes up a huge amount of percent, and the numbers don't seem to really make sense. So I don't. Yeah, why is the number going up as I as I take men on expedition? I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's intended. Let's take half. Get about 60% full on food, and then fill up with goods. Okay, that seems good. Okay. Let's leave. And then you turn into this kind of arrow compass thing. You're navigating around the map. Okay. Discover new world. Let's go over here. Alright, so we discovered a village. We discovered a farming tribe. Okay. So this part of the game is a little bit tricky as well, because if you walk into anybody, you immediately kill them. So I haven't really been successful with any of this, trying to do it non-violently, because even though you could theoretically play the game non-violently, this part makes it really hard. Like if I try to trade here, I think I have to find the chief first. Yeah. So I would have to get through all these people without killing them, and then talk to the chief. Seems hard, even on novice. Let's see if we can get out of here. I'm also not entirely sure how to get out of villages. It's not really clear. Like, you can go to the edge, and then sometimes you'll leave, and sometimes you won't. Supposedly, you can play and beat this game completely non-violently. The king won't be happy with you, but you can do it. Like, see here, I would think that I could leave the village. Okay, there we go. And I think you can also establish, like, mines or posts. You can find a place to mine gold. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we found a gold mine here. I'm not sure how many like men you have to leave behind or should leave behind. I don't know. It turns into a fort. Let's take some gold. Oh, there we go. That works. Okay. Let's find a good balance between. Oh, okay. Less men we have, less stuff we can carry. Makes sense. Checks out. Okay. Let's see. Let's put one guy with the food. Give him some goods, maybe. I don't know. Take some gold back. Let's see how that goes. I don't know. I don't know if that fort is gonna. Oh, we're completely out of food, so I don't know if we're gonna start dying. Let's see. Let's see if we can make it back to our ship. We're in a swamp. All right. So then we load up the ship, and to do that, you need to also, I think, load it in the correct order, because if you start loading men on the ship first, you won't be able to load the food, it seems like, or the goods, or the gold. I don't know. So let's load the gold on first. Okay, and now load the men on. Okay, and now we can leave. Let's try to go back. See if we can make a successful, peaceful expedition. Let's turn on autopilot. Or auto move. So the thing with going back is you need to be at the right latitude. So you can check the map. I think we need to go back to 40 degrees north is where our port is. So as long as we're at 40 degrees north and we're heading east, I think we can get back to our port. And also, if you don't like this sound, you can toggle it by pressing S. I think that's all it does, is toggle the sound. I think we're just going to sail on back, finish off this one expedition, and call it a day. Alright, we return home to Spain. Crowds gather to hear your tales and see the many wonders you have brought from across the sea. Okay. Let's go back, check in with the king, see if he's happy with our gold and ports. Controls on this are a little bit, yeah, because I'm using a trackpad as well, so maybe that factors into it. Please. Okay. Performance is poor. Overall, your rating is poor. I don't really know what to do to improve the court rating, but yeah, we got 3,000 gold. I think that's a good place to stop it. Let's check in on our progress. Alright, we got 1% of the land discovered. I think as you discover this, it'll actually fill in a map on the historical map of all of like North and South America. Because that's the entire game world. Yeah. So that is 7 Cities of Gold. If you want to learn more about it, there's a good article on Hardcore Gaming 101 about this game. And yeah, they link out to some other places with some more information. But yeah, this game, this version, this port of the game seems to be pretty rare. So it's great that it's preserved now, and great to have a look at it, and great to be able to play with it. And hopefully I've set you up with the things you need if you want to play this game and check it out. And I will see you tomorrow for our next Mufa Day.